This is the Weather Xtreme video. It's the afternoon edition for Tuesday, November 4th. I'm James Spann. What a great day today, but changes coming up. We've got some rain to deal with and some colder air. Let's go in there and take a look at some of the Skycam shots today. High cirrus clouds, very thin, up at about 25,000 feet. That's the view coming from Gadsden, but still lots of sun getting through. Very similar sky coming from northwest Alabama at Hamilton. And down south, there's the Gulf Coast, as seen from the Phoenix All Suites down in Gulf Shores. This time of the year, that's the public beach. You'd pretty much own that beach. Hardly anybody there. And I love that low sun angle. Just a gorgeous scene this time of the year. Okie doke. There's a look at the big picture. And you can see we've got this high-altitude tropical moisture streaming up from Hurricane Vance, which is now being downgraded to a tropical storm on the Mexican coast, and that's moving up into Texas and much of the eastern U.S. That's the reason we have the high clouds in place today, but the low levels are still dry. Check out the numbers. Looking pretty good. Around 70. Feels good today. Tuscaloosa, 73. But again, we turn colder Thursday and Friday. 2:30, rain west of the state, running from Texas up through Arkansas and parts of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. That will creep in here tomorrow night. And there's the national temperatures. You can see that well-defined cold front right through central Arkansas. Back in the colder air, you got 40s and 50s. And again, we'll feel that later this week. The watch warning map, flash flood watches for parts of South Texas. Hey, that's beneficial rain for our friends there. And this is the overall rain expected for the next 5 days, valid through the weekend, through Sunday evening. And this is suggesting heavier totals over the Tennessee Valley. Amounts possibly up to 1 inch there, but down this way, the amount should be closer to a quarter to 1/2 inch. And even lighter amounts down in southeast Alabama, down around Dothan. All right, model fans, let's take a look. The GFS, this is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 12 noon Central Standard Time. I got the upper low that's west of Texas, and really that thing is over Old Mexico, and until that gets in the American upper air network, often the models can struggle with those type features, but this is what we've got at the surface. We have rain from Texas to about Memphis and the northwestern corner of Alabama, and it looks like the rain could creep into that northwestern tip of the state tomorrow afternoon, but for us, more than likely, it's going to be tomorrow night. This is the high-res NAM at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow evening, and you can see the heavier batch of showers up around Florence and the Shoals. Maybe some lighter rain down through Vernon and Reform and Gordo. This is midnight tomorrow night. Pretty good rain should be falling over much of north central Alabama. And look at this, by 9 o'clock Thursday morning, that rain is gone. So really, this is almost suggesting the main window for rain for our part of the state from 8 o'clock tomorrow night until 8 o'clock Thursday morning. And the sky could very well clear Thursday afternoon with the sun breaking through. This is the GFS, and this is valid at noon on Thursday, and it's got the rain south of here. A pretty good cool air advection kicks in the wake of that rain. You can see the 540 line down to about Louisville, and a pretty good pressure gradient there, so highs will likely drop back into the mid to upper 60s on Thursday. And this is Friday. Should be a cool and dry day. We start the day in the 30s. The high Friday should be in the upper 50s. Should be a cloudless sky. A great night for high school football Friday night. The playoffs, clear and cold, with temperatures dropping to the 40s. Saturday, as we kick off the weekend, Alabama, all the adjacent states are dry. Bright sunny day, cool. The low in the 30s, and the high probably reaching the low 60s. Then Sunday, the trough sharpens up over the eastern U.S. That's going to pull down some colder air. The gradient tightens up again. We've got a coastal low. There could be some more snow for the Rocky Mountains, the Great Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee, western North Carolina, but nothing like what they had last weekend. But down here, Sunday looks like a sunny, breezy, and cool day with a high in the low or mid-50s, somewhere between 50 and 55. And then by Monday of next week, looks like we'll probably have a freeze. Lows down in the low 30s with a clear sky and light wind. And this is Tuesday, a week from today. That looks cool and dry. Start the day in the 30s. The high should be in the low 60s. Let's check Saturday, November 15th. A lot of interest in that day. We have seen all kind of runs. We've seen a lot of runs that look very wet. This run does not. We've seen some runs that look like a deal with strong storms, other runs with a cool rain. But again, this is suggesting maybe some rain, but the better chance west of here. And again, this is out in the land of voodoo. This is way beyond 7 days. And then on the 18th, this looks relatively wet. A good cold front coming in here from the north, maybe showers and some thunder there. This is around Tuesday, the 18th of November. And the end of the forecast on the 20th, and this is showing the heights about where they should be, and that would be cool and dry. But again, the teleconnections are catching our interest. This is the Arctic Oscillation going strongly negative out there at mid-month. And again, when you see a negative AO, that tends to open the door for cold air to be flushed out of the Arctic and the Siberian region. And this is the North Atlantic Oscillation trending negative, and this suggests maybe a long-wave trough over the eastern U.S., which could mean the destination for the cold air could be where we are. It is not really reflected in the deterministic runs. The GFS, here's a look at temperatures coming off the ensembles. You can see out there at mid-month it's got highs mostly in the 50s and lows mostly in the 30s. And that's below average, but again, we'll have to watch out for any sign of a big spike because the pattern sure looks cold, at least for the next few weeks. And I thought this was an interesting look. This is coming off the CFS, the Climate Forecast System. And understand, this is really voodoo here, but it's interesting to look at. This is basically the averages between now and the 19th of December, right before Christmas, and it's suggesting the eastern half of the nation looking pretty cold. And we'll just have to wait and see if that verifies. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream of the television site, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.